A big debate that's gone around the One Piece community deals with Haki or devil fruits. There's talk about which of the two are better power system and which one is stronger. And I've made my fair share of videos regarding this subject where I was team Haki over devil fruits. However, now we've gotten something from Kaido which further emphasizes why I believe Haki is the better and stronger power system. If you guys enjoy regular anime content, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about why Haki is better than devil fruits. During their fight, Kaido, he's talked about Luffy time and time again and how much he's grown since his battle with Kiri. I mean, even Kaido, he's a beast, right? Even though he's been constantly beating up on Luffy, Luffy just keeps on bouncing back. Where Kaido is more enjoying the fight, where you've seen how whenever CP0 interfered, how Kaido was so upset because it reminded him of his fight with Odin, how Kaido was enjoying it just for somebody to step in the middle of it and ruin the climax of the fight. But we look at where Luffy is now, and Kaido, he talks about Luffy's devil fruit being unique, being different, being impressive, where we now know that Luffy has the mythical zone fruit Madonika, and so Luffy, his devil fruit, he's been displayed to be able to use Toon Force roughly, where he has the abilities of a Toon. He also has showcased that he can make a fist the size of Onigashima and maybe even bigger than that. I don't know, I'm not a scaler. Luffy can turn into a giant, he can throw lightning, he can turn opponents into rubber, he can turn the ground around him into rubber, he can run on air. Luffy, he can do a lot of things now that he has this devil fruit. And there's a quote from Kaido that I want to talk about that he said in chapter 1047, where this really opens my eyes to how we look at power in the One Piece world. Like I said, this came from 1047, but it says abilities alone cannot conquer the world. The world is convenient that way. Roger didn't have any fruit powers because only Haki can transcend all. And I kind of like the way the scans did it a little bit better. It's because they emphasized more on the fact that Roger, he had the world on his heel, and that Roger basically promoting what Roger did despite not having a devil fruit. I feel like the way the scans worded it, what it made and portrayed Roger to be a little bit more impressive. But nonetheless, what Kaido is saying is that with Haki, right, that's the only way that you can conquer the seas and be the top, where we have to take what he said with face value because he is a top tier character, and a lot of the top tier characters, they fight at the highest level with the highest strength, so a lot of the stuff that he's saying is accurate. And I'm not here to talk about who's stronger, Yonkos, Admirals, there's the Revolutionaries, and how strong characters are. But it is something to mention that these characters that are top tiers, they're all relative to each other, and that whenever they fight, it's going to be an extreme diff fight depending on the matchup. This is why Akainu and Aokiji, they fought for I believe 10 days. Big Mom and Kaido fought for 3. So these characters, they are all going to fight an extreme diff fight, and it will take a long time for the fights to conclude. But this quote, it not only gives Roger the expectations or what we believe, it doesn't just give him his credit, right? We got to give credit to other non-devil fruit users like Mihawk and Shanks. Their Haki is probably insane, especially Shanks, because we speculate he's the best Haki user. I believe Oda says something along the lines of Shanks was able, Luffy knocked out 50,000 fishermen and Shanks was able to knock out 100,000. Mihawk with his black blade, that's pretty impressive. Then there's Rayleigh. I know that it was filler a little bit, but he stopped Marco with a finger with Rio. It just showcased how these non-devil fruit top tier characters, they're beasts. Garp in his prime, Garp, we don't think he has a devil fruit, and he was portrayed to be Roger's rival, where him and Roger probably equal 50. If they had 100 fights, it's probably going 50-50. Roger's winning half, and then what's his name, Garp's winning half, where this brings our expectations for our boys and the younger generation without devil fruit, specifically probably Kobe for the Marines, and then a part of the Pirates, I'd say Zoro and Sanji, what they'll accomplish in the future. They're already, I believe, 21, Zoro and Sanji, so, and they're already taking down commanders like this with billion-berry bounties. I can't wait to see what they will do against admirals and what they'll be like in their prime now that we know that Haki reigns overall. But I don't want to discredit devil fruits because they're still important. I think that there's something that we gotta mention about them, because in the pre-time skip, devil fruits reigned supreme. It was really hard for characters to go around them. I think Crocodile, he said something along the lines of that there's some people that rely too much on their devil fruit or don't really go around and learn to master it, and then Crocodile showcased what he could do with mastery of a devil fruit. And this is a loose quote. I've searched probably for hours trying to find who said it, and I've watched and read One Piece multiple times, so I know it's there somewhere. But somebody said along the lines of when Luffy goes into the Grand Line, I want to say it's Smoker or Crocodile, one of the two, that Luffy, he's going to be like a fish in the water. Everybody's going to have devil fruits, and Luffy's not necessarily going to be special. There was also times pre-time skip when we thought that Logias and devil fruits, that they reigned everything. I mean, there was Smoker. Luffy had to get saved by Dragon. He had to get saved by Ace. And even at Marineford with Gear 2nd, Luffy couldn't touch Smoker. And now Zoro, he got taken out. And the only reason why Luffy was able to beat him is because Luffy was made of rubber. It was really hard to go against him. There's also Aokiji, how the monster trio got taken out all in one blow. There was that Sabaody Archipelago with Kizaru and how they couldn't touch him, only Rayleigh could, and then Sentomaru was able to use Haki. And we know probably in terms of physical strength, I'd say different Straw Hat members are probably more physically strong than Sentomaru, but with Haki it displayed what he can do. With the Boa sisters, Luffy, he was struggling to keep up with them because of what Haki could do. And I want to mention Nelligan showcase mantra or observation Haki, how much we struggle with that. Then there's at Marineford that Luffy was struggling against the War of the Best, where the different Whitebeard pirates had to go against the admirals because they could use Haki. There's the scene when Luffy challenged all three of the admirals, and then he used his stomp Gatling, but guess what? It didn't do anything because he didn't have Haki once again. Hence why we had to go into the time skip, because Luffy and the crew, they weren't ready, and different members, they trained in Haki, specifically Luffy and the monster trio, with Rayleigh telling him the basics of Haki and what he can do to get stronger, where Luffy incorporates Haki into his devil fruit, specifically Gear 4th, and how it makes him Snake Man, Bound Man, etc. Zoro, he uses Haki to imbue with his swords, because we know that a nick on your sword is the same as a swordsman. I believe it said that even a black blade is strong enough for a dinosaur not to step on it and not bend it. So Haki, it showcases how prevalent and impressive you have to be with it in order to succeed in the future. And Haki, it was the power system to balance broken devil fruits, because we're in Wano where zones aren't necessarily the most impressive devil fruits. However, they're really durable and really strong, and I feel like whenever we're going to fight like the admirals who have Logias, which are broken devil fruits, especially probably with their awakenings, that they need some form of Haki to be able to counteract it. It's not the end all be all, but it allows them to be able to fight them. So I feel like Wano, in learning the advanced version, I mean, I know Luffy learned Future Sight, but that was in Whole Cake Island. I gotta mention that as well. But with Rio and with Advanced Conquerors, this is the arc for Luffy to learn the basics of it, where he'll probably train more with Shanks or something along the line, and then when he fights the admirals and the other members of the Straw Hats and different characters as well, that they're going to use these advanced versions to be able to take on those strong Logia admirals. The only problem I'd say with Haki is how inconsistent it is. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily counteract devil fruits. It doesn't negate their abilities. It just allows for, well, specifically Logias, for you to touch them. But Haki, it's so inconsistent because there was that scene where Law tried to move Big Mama Kaido down, but he was like, oh, their Haki's too strong. But at the same time, with Boa Hancock, whose Devil Fruit is based off of lust, you can't like put Haki around your brain or around your peen to make you stop like thinking about her. So her Devil Fruit's going to overpower that. And then there's Sugar. Is it if you touch, like if I harden my arm and she touches me on the hardened part of Haki, am I going to change it into a toy? I would say so. It doesn't negate the Devil Fruit ability. So that's the one caveat, or the one thing I say that Haki doesn't do correctly, is that it's very inconsistent, and sometimes it's hard to tell. Like sometimes we have to assume when characters are using Haki, because even though like Oda, he draws it sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't, and so it's a little bit inconsistent. But overall, I mean, I knew Haki was important, but this arc, and after what Kaido said, it's emphasized how much Haki, well, to me, I think it's extremely important, and why I prefer it over Devil Fruits. Like I said, I love my Devil Fruit. I love the Ope Ope no Mi. Luffy's Devil Fruit is pretty cool. Marco's is cool as well, but Haki just might be that fruit. But let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys still think that Devil Fruits are better than Haki, or Haki better than Devil Fruits? Let me know in the comment section below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out a new video from it. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.